And we are live.
Hello.
Hello, family.
So exciting.
How is everybody?
I mean, I'm doing great. This is so neat.
This is really cool.
Yeah. Check in. I want to hear how everyone's doing. I feel like we have not been able to talk that much, obviously. It's been different. Life has changed in a matter of
Weeks.
Completely
changed. I know on our end,
significantly.
Yeah, the social distancing, I think, is what's hitting me hardest. You all know me. I'm a people person. I love being with my friends and my family and with Hope Buellers and being apart has really kind of put just a damper on everything. You know, it really, I know it threw me out of my routine big time. Sure, threw everybody else out too. And it's tough trying to get back into some kind of normal routine.
Right. And what is that? Right. What does normal look like now? Because it's changing by the hour, by the minutes. It's a lot. It's a lot for people who aren't in recovery, and it's a lot for just humans in general.
Yeah, I just can't even begin to describe what normal would be for me anymore. You know, I'm just trying to keep just my daily routine the same every day. Get up, do my work, eat, and try to interact with as many people as I can.
So, Patrick, what does the day look like for you right now?
So right now, up at 8, check email, check messages. I have a list of high risk clients. Check in with every one of those. And then I have a phone list, same thing, check in with every one of those and just try to stay sane. Not leaving the house definitely sucks.
Right. And it's scary, when we're checking in with clients and we're not getting calls back, their phones are off, just because we know how anxious this is for us. And I can only imagine how it is for someone who's experiencing active addiction.
It's from now, what I've gathered from my clients is they're really struggling. The unknown and the what ifs, even in normal life, even in normal life, they're taking over. And, when you're using and in addiction, it's got to be overwhelming from them.
Right. Jason, what about you? You were a full-time school teacher and now you're home. Things have drastically changed. How is that for you?
I was actually just texting one of my coworkers today because he's the social worker at my school and he gets recovery life. And we were talking and he was like, how have you been doing? And I was like, well, I spent the better part of a year building a new structure, a new way of living and a schedule of, I have these meetings or these service things with Hope Dealers and, work. I've just been keeping probably a little bit too busy. But now it's like get up and I've been doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I've been remotely teaching on Facebook Live, and a lot of people have been tuning in for that. And I've had a lot of students, not only from my school, but from other schools in my network of schools in other states, and just like friends, kids, and stuff. So those keep me really busy. And then, we've been doing our lives here. So, and my own artwork. and meetings and stuff too, and stuff, and checking in with friends, like Patrick was saying. So, you know, I think for me, idle time is bad time. So I fill my time and probably a little bit too much, but for right now, it's doing okay. So
Good. Karina, I know you've had a lot going on, girl.
A lot.
A lot.
I know, but I
tell
feel
us
like
about it, girl.
I just feel like that's all I keep talking about on my lives because there has been so much going on. But the good news is that Legend is much better. So that's probably the best news that I could really give. And you know, well, you guys know how big I am about advocating for mental health because of my recent experiences and finally taking the step to get myself some help. Because I really don't think that I would be okay or making it through all of this without having sought out help for my mental health. I I would say that we're just kind of now starting to get on a routine. We've been in not isolation. We've been in quarantine since the 16th.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's a really long time. And so the first week of that quarantine was, they say self, but technically, like, you don't really have a choice when you come into contact with somebody that may have it, you know. And then with Legend getting sick, it was mandated. So it's like we couldn't leave our unmandated quarantine. We couldn't leave our house at all. We couldn't go anywhere. The only good part about that was that we really tried to prepare. While we still could go out to the stores, and you know, we went out and bought a chest freezer and filled it with food for us and our friends in case they ran out of food. And well, all of it's been difficult with the flood, you know, trying to figure that out, adjusting to not having a living room, and Legend finally turning the corner. It's like we're both out of work technically, so trying to like have some sort of schedule. It was really difficult at first with Legend being sick because it's just whatever he wants to do, which was a lot of laying down, cuddling, and things like that. But now that he's feeling better, and you know, I've talked about this before, like I never was like a workout person, but I started working out, and it's like really made a significant impact for me physically and mentally, more mentally than physically. I mean, obviously I know that it's going to help me continue to lose weight, but like it really just does something to my brain to help keep me motivated. I try to wake up. So now that's part of mine, and Nick, who will be here shortly, he's trying to put Legend to bed. But, you know, part of our routine is we wake up in the morning, we have our coffee. We both are in mental health, so we take our meds. And then generally, like, I go down and do my workout. Then he'll try to go down and do his workout. And now that Legend is feeling better, we can't technically come out of quarantine, even though we finally got his results back and it was negative until the 6th for his and our home protection, but we can actually like go outside. So we've been trying to just get him outside, even if it's just for, you know, like a half an hour, or go outside and chalk or something, because it's like we've literally been stuck in the house.
Right.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And it's
So
funny. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say what's like comical, I guess, about it is when you think about, you know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, when you're at work and, you know, you're having a really rough day and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to just go home And now it's like, I am stuck here.
It is. That's actually what I was just going to touch on, is that we end up taking for granted again. Like, I think about all the things I took for granted before I got into active addiction, and then everything that was happening during, like, even staying alive during that time. That sucked for me. I didn't want to be alive. I didn't want to be going through that. I took breathing and being able to survive that for granted when I was actively using. And it almost has brought me back to, the basics, as well as everything that we do have. Like, I am happy not leaving my house. I like going out on walks, and every store in Monroe County can stay far, far away from me. I am so happy staying away. But I like being reminded of everything that I do have to be thankful for. And that's something that I was really struggling with too. And Karina is actually the first one who, started talking about her struggles and how she was feeling. And I think that really helped me and Patrick both to be like, okay, wow, I can relate to this, but we were still kind of scared to talk about it.
Terrifying.
Right. So it's still, it's a lot like when we're actively using, we are scared to ask for help. We're scared because of the stigma. And that goes hand in hand with mental health issues.
Yeah, it really is. And we also have the most unique opportunity that not many generations recently or to come are going to have. I mean, we have this opportunity to be with our families in a way that you're almost, you're not forced to be with them, but you honestly do get to spend some quality time, with your kids and my wife and things like that. So, when I try to always look at the good in things, and I feel like, that's probably the best thing is how we get so busy with the hustle and bustle of going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, doing this, doing that, going to bed, and then starting your day over. Well, now we have this amazing opportunity to kind of sit back and enjoy your kids and, your family and slow down.
Right.
That's the best way to put it. I try to look at the good things. So I guess that's the best part of all of this. I miss work. I just miss going in there every day and seeing Karina in her office, seeing you in your, and just, I miss seeing Matt and everybody from work. It's crazy that, I never thought I would say, wow, I miss work.
We have someone commenting saying this craziness makes me depressed a lot. And sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. By the way, this is Nicole. Hi, Nicole. I think that we all can totally relate to what you're going through. We are all feeling crazy. Things don't feel right. We're not used to this. My dad and I were talking on the phone with my kids about how we have never experienced, my dad has never experienced anything like this in his life. And that's 3 generations of people who are new to what's happening, which is scary. And I think the important thing to know, and this is something that all of us say all the time, is that it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, it is. And that's a tough thing to swallow if you think about it, though. Like, like really being okay with not being okay. It's tough for I mean, it's terrifying for me, but I know I'm sure it's tough for everybody, even in and out of recovery. Just to be okay with not being okay. It sounds so simple, but wow, it really does seem to be hard sometimes.
It really does. And like Kaya is just commenting, the quality time is the best, even though I'm going a little crazy. That's absolutely right. You know, being able to again get back to the basics and remind ourselves of what's important, family, our spiritual wellness, our self-care, everything like that is so important.
Hello? Did we?
Hello?
Oh, I thought we lost everybody. No,
No.
it all froze up
So-
here. Sorry.
Jason, you've been doing art classes and you're offering them weekly, right?
3 times a week, actually. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 o'clock. And then on demand at YouTube. So.
That's so cool.
And they're a great thing. I was talking today on my live. Obviously, I have a bunch of my students, and that's what I initially started it for, was for my kids at school to be able to have a resource. But then having other friends' kids start to jump on. And then the fun thing has been like adults that are like, can I join too? And I was like, of course, because even today, one of our techniques we were using was a very like meditational sort of repetitive task, like a lot of like, you know, I see people coloring mandalas, and that's like a very meditative task. And some of the stuff that I was doing today was very much that. So it was, you know, it's good for and there's a participator right now, Shandy. You know, it's just a fun way for people to just, you know, just for an hour to come in, do something, make something, you know, learn something new. I've been teaching about new artists every time too, so get a little culture, and have some fun, you know, get your mind off something for an hour. So.
Yeah.
Right. I know my kids love it. Bella was devastated today because she did hers with paint and then she put it outside on the back patio table, and Change jumped on there and ate it. And she was like, Uncle Jason's going to be so upset. He's going to think I didn't do it. Oh my gosh. She was so upset. I was like, we'll redo it and show him.
Oh, I love her.
She is the best.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, it's been a great, you know, and in a very, you know, I was saying earlier that it's very busy, and I've been very busy, but you know, it's as much as it is to help other people and stuff too. It helps me and keeps me busy and keeps me occupied, and you know, like for every hour that I'm going in live and doing it, you know, there's hours of prep work and research and stuff that I go into making those. So it's, you know, it's a day's work for me to make those things. So it's good for me too. So I'll keep making them, and hopefully people will keep watching and doing them.
Shandy is asking, do you know how to do mandalas?
I do. Maybe that's another future.
Ooh,
I
okay.
have a whole list of projects, and I'm trying to think of funky fun. And yeah, it's just been, I got so many ideas, but that might be an idea. Hi, Chris Perry. Hello.
Chris Perry, we love you. He says, oh my gosh, I love this. I feel like 100 pounds was lifted just seeing all your faces at once. Chris Perry, we love you.
Hey, Chris.
So I have our Hope line at the bottom of the screen for everyone to see. We are still taking calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know a lot of people feel like they're alone right now going through this, but is someone eating chips?
Somebody is staticky.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know what it is.
I'm like there's chips somewhere being eaten. They sound really good. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So our whole time, we are still taking calls. We are still helping getting people into treatment. You aren't alone. We are here for you guys. We are here with you guys. And we're going through the same emotions that you guys are going through.
Stephanie, I think that the static might be coming from you.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm not even moving though. It's still doing. Oh wait. No, I don't know what to do.
Take them out.
Yeah, Jason's perfectly clear. And sorry, everybody, this is a new system for us.
Yeah.
We want to be able to do these lives all together. So there might be a little bit of technical issues while we're, you know.
we try to work it all out. Definitely, I know Chris said that it made him feel like 500 pounds were lifted. I feel the same way. Just being able to see everybody, you guys are family. So just being able to see my family, really, I've been looking forward to this all week. So I definitely feel what Chris is saying.
Oh, Bella, stop, please.
I know. Like I said, even before in, one of my other lives is like, what would we be doing if we didn't have this, if there was no social media, if we couldn't FaceTime, physically see each other.
No, imagine doing this 30 years ago where there was home phones, that was it. So in terms of that, I think we have it a lot better than, at least it happened during this generation. And, all we had was pagers.
Gotta find a payphone.
I can hear you now.
Yay! So much better. No more chips.
That was so weird. It didn't do that. It didn't do that when I did Higgies. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I didn't charge them long enough.
Maybe.
Oh, I hear it.
See? After all that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Is it me?
Oh, it stopped. It's
we are figuring this out as we go.
This is our first time using it, so sorry for the technical. We'll get it figured out though.
It's still going.
Oh yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll be good. Oh, man down. There he is.
Man down.
Okay. So we have some comments. Crystal says that I'm cracking her up. Thank you. Chris just asked if we made him famous. I think he already was famous.
Yeah, he's already famous.
Yeah, that huge backpack. Yeah. Yes.
So,
yeah.
I'm curious to hear from, Nick and Casey, not being, in recovery, so to speak. How are they dealing with everything?
I don't know. Crazies. Yeah. Who's going first?
How you doing over there, Nick?
I'm doing good.
Right now.
Trying to get into a daily routine with working out and trying to take care of the kid in between, and doing good though.
Yeah, even with the flooding and everything, just maintaining and.
Uh-oh.
What just happened?
I don't know. Squeeze in.
Man down.
Squeeze in. Oh.
It's fixed.
Nick's like a duck going across the water, just perfectly smooth and calm, but underneath everything's going a mile a minute, trying to figure stuff out.
Yep.
That's exactly what it's like.
Right.
It's a good analogy because he's always very calm and cool, collected.
Yeah, always got that smile on his face, like there ain't a care in the world.
Try to as much as possible.
Yeah, no. What about you, Case? How are you doing?
I think I'm doing okay. I'm still able to work one of my jobs right now. So I'm still able to get out and do stuff, but it's not too bad. I mean, for me, I'm not kind of cooped up like everyone else, which is a plus, but I feel it at nighttime and,
Yeah.
it gets hard, but
I see Cassandra said hi. Hi, Cassandra. Cassandra is one of my oldest friends. I'm glad she could actually join and check us out. Cassandra, meet my people.
Hi, Cassandra. Welcome.
Love you too, bro.
I'm like the guy in the old movie. Yeah.
Great.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Nick.
Anna said taking care of her mama. That's what you do, right?
Oh.
So this has to be a little overwhelming and scaring because your mom has pre-existing conditions. And I think all of us right now can relate to that, with Karina having fibromyalgia and me having COPD and asthma and Hashimoto's. Like, we're all a little bit up tense. Has anyone been trying anything new, like meditation, or I know Karina and Nick are exercising? Any other ideas for us, or any other ideas that we can share with people?
The morning meditation, for me, I think has become a very, very, very important part of what I've been doing. Like I said, I get up, I come down, I check email, but before all of that starts, I usually kind of just sit, and it's usually on the couch. She goes to work, and then I just kind of get everything in my head in place, everything where it's supposed to go. Some things don't necessarily have a place to go, so I kind of figure out whatever they might be, whatever feelings I'm feeling, and I try to get them in order. Starting your day in a complete mess inside your head is only going to make your day worse. So I found for me that really has been my go-to lately. Even at night, if I just feel just some sort of way, it's kind of unplug, chill out, quiet down, and try to find somewhere where I can just be with myself and get everything in order. If I have to take the dogs for a walk or whatever, but I really feel like that self-care, that self time is really, really, really important.
Right. Nicole is saying my quiet time is before the kids get up in the morning and I just listen to music. That I can totally relate to. I listen to music pretty much all day, every day. It really helps me. I have different playlists for like sleepy time music and relaxation. And it does. I think music and art kind of go hand in hand.
No, I think, I see Cassandra says you've been doing a lot of yoga. I know a lot of people who have had a lot of good results with yoga. I think it's all about just, again, getting everything in order and putting it where it's supposed to be, and kind of going from there.
Right.
Some things you might not necessarily have an answer for right then and there, but at least you put it where it's supposed to be for now.
Right. And that's okay. We're not always going to we may never get some answers, but as long as we continue to keep working on ourselves, that's what's important.
Yeah.
Hannah says, I've been meditating more. I meditate before work and after, which helps me unwind. I actually started taking vitamins, which have been helping me feel better. I've heard this from quite a few people.
Mhm.
Brandon, one of our security guards who is a huge part of Recovery Fitness, he's actually doing workout videos for Recovery Fitness that you can jump on and do a live workout with him.
Tuesday.
Couldn't
When
keep
is it?
up.
Tuesday mornings.
Okay. But he swears by them, and he is so fit. He is like done a complete 360. It's incredible.
Yeah. And again, it's whatever works for you. But you have to try a bunch of different things to find out, I think, what works for each person. Working out for me is not something I find enjoyable. I get
Let me just
Let
me just hit on this comment right here, Christopher Perry, that these live streams have legit kept you alive. Music, random phone calls, trying to challenge yourself to remain grateful and positive, even if you're feeling yucky. But internally, I'm really struggling. Do you see me? Because we had this conversation earlier. So a phone call should have already been made. An appointment should have already been set.
And you were in Fairport, mother.
Like, you know what you need to do if you want a different result. You know what you need to do. And I say that with nothing but love.
Right. And it's back to what we were talking about, how it's hard to reach out because of the stigma, and whether it's the stigma with mental health or addiction, reaching out for help and being able to say stuff like that. I'm really struggling. That's huge. But then follow through and pick up the phone and call your friends who love you and talk it out. I have a hard time picking up the phone too and answering it sometimes. So I can absolutely relate. Amber Lynn is saying, my quiet time is right before bed after doing homework, since all my classes are online now. I have to commend you. I can only imagine how challenging it is for switching to online classes, having to be completely accountable for everything without having a teacher to instruct you. That's got to be hard work.
Really hard.
No, it's commendable to put your mind to it. Yeah. And do it like that.
Right.
It's tough. Like if you have that freedom to lay on the couch all day, who's going to know? But you don't get up and you do it. And that's definitely something to be proud of.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shandy says, my anxiety level has been amped up. I think what's helped me is going for walks, playing games with my family, and reaching out to others who I know are struggling. Is taking my mind off of my own fears. Watching you guys talk helps validate my own thoughts.
That makes my heart so happy.
No,
yeah.
Absolutely.
And
shout
Shandy,
out
please
to
feel
her because
free.
she's a first responder.
Oh, yeah.
Love her. She is.
She's on the front
there.
lines, yo.
Yep.
Incredible.
So we are sending so many prayers and positive vibes your way, and we appreciate you so much.
Absolutely.
All of the first responder, everyone right now who is continuing to be out there. I think people are going to remember that it wasn't just the government that stepped up and kept things going. It was the people at the grocery store. It was the people at the gas station. It was the therapists and the peers
the people
and the
that we take for
counselors.
granted.
Right. Brandon is on. Brandon, no
Brandon.
need to apologize. We love you so much. And we're just so glad that you are back. We can't
Mhm.
wait to squeeze you.
Yep.
I miss hugging so much.
Oh my
So
goodness.
much.
Can you believe it? It's crazy.
So much. Tori says you guys are awesome. Back at you, girl. Thank you. We appreciate that. I miss
No.
hugging too. I love
Hugging is
hugging
crazy.
people.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's a hope dealer thing. I will never forget my first weekend out there. I must have had 150 hugs from people that I never met.
Right.
So I feel like that's like the hope dealer secret handshake. It's just a hug.
Right. Well, and it makes it really hard too, because as everyone knows, we have been operating differently since this happened. We've been following guidelines from the CDC, from Monroe County. So we haven't been doing cleanup. We have had people who have been quarantined together or living together go out and pass out Narcan.
Yep.
Yep. Jason and Gary went, and Patrick and Casey went. And then we had Tara, who helps run our outreach location at 10 Sullivan Street. She's gone the past 2 weekends and dropped off pre-made BTC bags that have survival gear and food and stuff that people need, because right now, these people that we're normally working with, people just like us who are just still stuck out there in the grips of addiction, are out there with no place to go.
Yeah.
They don't have access to things that we have access to, like being able to wash our hands or being able to sanitize. So it's got to be really scary. And it is really scary, I think, for all of us who, when we try and reach some of our clients and can't get a hold of them, there's just a lot of uncertainty going on.
Yeah.
There's quite a few comments.
I know that one of the biggest things from going out is what we heard was thanks for the Narcan. Do you have any food? Like that was that. I mean, it was heartbreaking for us. It was just absolutely heartbreaking because they don't have the basic necessities that we're taking for granted right now. So I know it's definitely tough for them. If you think you have it tough sitting in your house, think about them out there in the streets.
Right. Aaron is saying my clinic is closed right now because of all the craziness. So I haven't had counseling sessions or groups. So thanks for doing this. I appreciate you all and everything you do. Aaron, we are so glad that you are tuned in with us. Feel free to call us anytime. We are here. We will answer. Any one of us will pick up that phone.
You can message me, type in Karina Lee on Facebook. I should be the first one that pops up. Send me a message.
Any one of us, that's what we're here for. Brandon, Pinky promises to call us if he's struggling.
Put him up.
Good.
Put him
Good.
up.
Jason.
Love you.
Look at the size of his pinky.
I'm a big person. Get off it.
So Brandon just commented too and said we could make a bunch of bag lunches and set up a table on Sullivan and let people come grab them. No contact needed. So that's kind of what we've been doing, but we've been putting the lunches in the bags. Tara makes a pre-made
backpack bags, Brandon.
Right. She makes a pre-made backpack, which includes a lunch, socks, personal care items, a Narcan kit this week.
2 kits.
I know 2 kits per backpack. So we're doing the best we can, and we're gonna continue to do everything we can to help everyone out there. And hopefully, if people just start to listen and stay home and stop gathering, hopefully we'll be able to, what are they saying it? Something the curve.
Flatten
Flatten
the
the
curve.
curve.
Flatten the curve.
Flatten.
And I'm all about it. I will stay home until I need to. I haven't even seen my dad. I've seen my dad one time since this all started, which is really hard.
It is.
It's yeah. And he went from having the kids every day after school to not at all, because I'm concerned for his safety. And I'm concerned for us too, just because I think everybody looks at it a little bit differently. I think some people aren't as worried as others. And I think some people, aren't thinking about how them contracting this could affect someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot
I
of-
have had, so not everybody knows about, my like the history I have with the relationship with my grandmother or my mom, or really until I do my story, or people hear bits and pieces. But my generally my grandmother and my mother split doing daycare for me with Legend until he starts pre-K. And I have found it significantly hard, just like you're talking about, Neff, with your dad not like actually seeing them or like at all. I mean, of course we've talked, but it's crazy how like your family will drive you absolutely crazy, but when you're forced to actually like not see them, you don't realize like, wow, like I even talking to my mom, when I talked to her today, like she doesn't have like Facebook or FaceTime, but she knows that she can like video chat Legend on Snapchat, and she's like, I need to see him. And my grandma the same, like she has an iPhone, I have an Android, she doesn't have Facebook, so she can't see him. And that's made it. And even though like technically I go back to work, on Monday I come back, I'm working from home, and we all agreed that it's even still not worth sending him to either of their houses, because my grandmother is extremely high risk. So is my mother. They and my Aunt Jo are the three people that I worry the most about, because I know that if they were to get this, not to be like negative, but they wouldn't make it through it with all of their pre-existing conditions. Like it's very unlikely that they would, get through it.
Right.
So I think that it's one of those other things for you to actually be grateful for. One of the things that this is making me become more grateful for is the relationships that I do have with them now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's-
Not
Oh.
not to jump into a different subject, but we are getting asked a question from Nicole. Do you know if the percentage of overdoses in Monroe County has gone down since you started this program? Or the percentage altogether? And sadly, no, it has not.
Because we had started the program, and then kind of a few weeks later, this whole thing happened. So, the numbers in a whole, have just kind of been non-existent, just because nobody has access to them, because nobody's out there actually counting in the streets. As far as if they've gone down, that's a tough one. That's So
year to date,
Wait, I'm sorry, just before you go over that, enough, I just want to clarify that what Patrick is referring to is the start of our harm reduction program, not the actual start of Hope Dealers.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was clarified because the harm reduction program is what is new.
Right.
Yeah.
Get
So
those numbers.
the numbers year to date, so 137 reported overdoses, with 23 of them being fatal, and that's for the year 2020. And then it breaks down month to month. January 68, 7 fatal, and February 69 with 16 of them fatal. But if you remember, in February we had that one weekend where literally, I think it was 10 people had died or something along those lines. So,
and so with everything that's going on now, there's been a spike in overdoses. There's been a spike in deaths, because when we're consumed with fear, and we're actively using our normal reaction at that point is to pick up and use something to numb those feelings of being scared or numb the unknown, not worry about it. So I feel like that's why there's an increase. And then I feel like there's going to be right now, everything between the United States and Mexico and China and everywhere is shut down. And if you think about it, a good amount of the drugs that supply us come from these places. So there's going to be a lot of people going through withdrawal really soon.
And then, the lack of the access to the Narcan has almost dropped off significantly. So that's, kind of why we've been doing the Saturday thing, is to give people the access to the Narcan. Right before we got quarantined and this whole coronavirus took over, we were definitely seeing the Narcan kits we were giving out. They were being used. I mean, people were saving each other's lives with them. So I would like to think in a perfect world, we've definitely had an effect. But I can't, there's no way to really measure that accurately. I don't think.
And for anyone who is interested in getting Narcan trained, you can call us. Our 24-hour Hope line is 585-633-8690. We would love to get Narcan into not only your hands, but everybody's hands across the state.
No, absolutely. If even if you're not actively using, or you might not, know somebody immediately who's using, it's always good to have it. One of my favorite stories is one of our volunteers had somebody come knock on her door because she had a sticker placed in her back window that said Narcan on board, and that Narcan kit saved somebody's life. So, you don't have to be actively using to carry Narcan. I would love everybody on the earth to have a kit with them at all times. And call that Hope line, and we'll figure out how to get you trained. If I got to do a social distancing training where I do it from 6 feet away to get you your kit, that's what we want to do. We want to get kits in the hands of everybody.
Right.
Nicole,
that's actually one of the comments and questions.
Yeah, that's what. Can we do training online? Absolutely. I'm sure Gary will post the link shortly, and you follow that link, and there's a whole slew of people who do online Narcan training. Of course, I love to do it in person, but if you're unable to get out there in person, doing it online is the next best thing. And then they send you a kit right in the mail. It's actually pretty convenient.
The link is now on there.
There it is. I knew it.
Hey. Thank you, Gary. Gary is behind the scenes. Yes.
Gary's great. So if many of you don't know, Gary is he's our director of treatment services, so his hands are in all the Narcan and all that stuff as well. And he's also the
Even
one.
though you can't see him.
Yeah, you can't. He's there somewhere, but he's also the one I like. There he is. There's his hand. He's the one posting all these awesome links for us and helping us out on the Facebook end. So thanks, Gary.
He's the best.
Thank
We
you.
love him.
I think he's above average.
Yeah,
I hate him so much.
I agree. All right, let's see if we have any more comments before we log off. Ashley says hi.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Welcome. So for anybody who is just jumping on, we are going to be doing lives every day of the week. Karina Lee and myself will be doing lives in the morning. You can join her tomorrow morning-ish. And we rotate every day except Christopher Perry does Sundays. And then if you go to our Facebook page, Hope Dealers BTC Inc., you can see all of the lives for the nights. I don't have those memorized.
Monday is me and Casey. Tuesday is Jason and Gary. Wednesday is all of us. Thursday is Crystal. Friday, oh, I forgot who Friday was.
Friday is 7 p.m. with Chris Perry, and Saturdays is 11 a.m. with
Oh.
Catherine.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then Sunday
And
morning again.
Catherine is amazing.
Oh my God, she is. She's
Yeah.
a great
Join
human being.
Everyone who is
Just
doing
her voice makes me calm.
Oh my
Doesn't
God.
it?
Yeah, it really does. I love it.
Yeah, she's great.
So,
I just love that she's involved.
Again, anybody who needs to talk to someone, you can always feel free to reach out to us. Our 24-hour Hope line is 585-633-8690. You are not alone. We are here with you. We're going through the same emotions as you. Don't cut yourself off from the world. We're here. We will be right here for you.
Yeah. Yeah, no. If you know anybody struggling, don't hesitate to call that Hope line. There will be somebody there absolutely to answer. You can even text it, which I think is an amazing thing that a lot of people don't even realize. Text it if you don't feel comfortable calling. Somebody will be there to pick up and respond.
Or
Absolutely.
even just, I was on a live yesterday and somebody has a hard time reaching out.
Can you speak up?
Somebody commented yesterday, and it's somebody that I know, and they couldn't pick up the phone, but they commented and said they were struggling. So, after I got off the live, I hopped on the phone and was like, yo, what's up? And it might be easier for you to hop on a live and say, hey, I'm struggling. And, if we know you, or you can send us a message. Like, sometimes picking up that phone is hard, but a message or a text or a comment or something can start that connection and be a much easier thing to do than to pick up the phone and let it ring and try to call somebody. So whatever you got to do to make sure you're reaching out is good, whatever it may be, however you may do it.
Yes. All right, guys.
I love you guys. I miss you guys like crazy.
This has been a great family session. Miss and love you all. Don't forget to call us if you need anything. Sending virtual hugs.
Oh my gosh, you guys. You know what we need to do is for
Get Carol
Future
Baskin.
Royal or for Oasis. We need to do it because we could take a picture of this all with our hands.
Oh, with the hand.
Yeah, and then we could send it in.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, right this second?
No, we have to write on them.
Okay.
I'm just saying. And everybody else, if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go to the Huther Doyle page and check it out. or you can go straight to the New York State Oasis page to see what I'm talking about, the High Five campaign.
Yeah,
Check it out.
it's actually really
And
cool.
stay the F home.
Yes, stay the
Praise
F
the Lord.
home.
All right.
Love you
Love you
guys.
guys.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.